So today is May the 4th. Wait, is it really? Yeah, May the 4th be with you. Awesome. All right, so today is May the 4th. Last time we were looking at the charts, we were looking at, I think it was starting from April 24th, and we were starting to see that the price action was looking like it was going to break through the two WMAs, the 200 and the 400. And then we were looking for a crossover, meaning that we would be looking at a bearish divergence of the 200 and 400 period WMAs. We did get that. So price action did break through the two WMAs, went down, was that around about 40-50 area, and then it popped back up. Over the past couple of days, it hasn't really been easy to trade. It's been kind of crazy. It hasn't really been trending that well at all, as you can see, starting from around about what is that, the 26th till now. Round about here on the 26th, was that around like 4 o'clock or so? It looked like it was oversold, which was the case. However, I was expecting for the price action to kind of level off around about the 4100 level. Instead, it just skyrocketed through there all the way up to around about 4140. Went sideways a little bit. This was like the overnight trading hours. And then morning session, it just took off all over again. It's been rough. I really haven't even traded. I haven't really gotten into any positions just because it's been just so unpredictable. This morning there was the potential to get into a position around about, like, what time was that? Let me see. Let me zoom in a little bit. Around about like 8 o'clock, there was a position that I wanted to get into. Um, but I was timid just because the MACD was showing that the MACD was showing that it was oversold. I don't even call it price action, but it was just showing that it was oversold to the extent that typically when it's that far below the 0 0 line, you typically would expect for it to pull back. So instead of it going or selling off further, you would expect for it to reverse and actually start going up in price. Um, Even though that's the case, that's exactly what did not happen. It actually ended up selling off further for about another 30 point profit had I have gotten into that position. Once again, I did not take that position just because it didn't look like it was going to do anything. As of current, right now, the price action has pretty much been using the 40-50 level as a level of as a level of support. Price has been bouncing off of there and then going back up a little bit. We see earlier in the last hour, it hit around that 40-50 level, and then it shot all the way up to 40-70, 40-76, and then came back down. So it's all over the place. It's a nightmare right now. This is, I didn't mention that, this is the 1 hour chart. When we look over at the 1 minute chart, you see that it is trending well. I personally am a swing trader, so I really don't look to the 1 minute chart for my trades to be placed. Not 100%. It's more so like, a timing thing as opposed to, oh, this is going to be the trade that I take for, X amount of points for the week or for the day or month or whatever the case is. Thankfully, though, this has been trending downwards. Like I said, we do see around about, went down a little bit more to the 40-48s, but around about 40-50 is the level that is using as a level of support. I'm not sure if this is going to be an all day thing or, it's about lunchtime right now. It's noon, EST, but I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, hopefully, hopefully something starts to just take form. Yesterday we had our rate increase from, I believe it was 5.0 to 5.25 or 4.0 to 4.25, something like that. But yeah, we had our rate hike increase. So that's where all of this right here took place. Um, it wasn't 100% positive, but it also wasn't 100% negative. I guess it was maybe like 52% positive. It sounds like there might not be another rate hike increase, contingent upon how the market's behaving. but it's still a very real possibility that we could have another rate hike increase. I believe the next meeting is going to be in June, I think they were saying. Um, but speaking as of right now, so in the future, I can't really call it. I'm just really looking at what's happening in the here and now. Right now, the MACD is showing that it is weakening a little bit, so that might be the signal I was looking for. What I would like to see, best case scenario, is for price action to pull up, have the MACD to pull up, have price action level off around the 4100 level. Of course, that's probably not going to happen, as it didn't here. But yeah, look for price action to come up to about the 4100 level. We've had a little bit of resistance here. We had it as a level of support here, and we had it actually as a level of resistance here as well. So I'm looking for the 4100 level as our next level of resistance. As far as the MACD, I would like for it to come around anywhere between like -4 and 0. If we get a crossover for a bearish crossover, signaling that there's going to be some downward momentum and staying under the 0 line, then honestly that would be the best case scenario, because I believe from that standpoint we would be able to hop in comfortably, or at least, yeah, no, I'll say comfortably, much more comfortably, so that we could actually just get in and hang on for probably the next 2 or 3 weeks, if not even slightly longer than that. You know, if there's money to be made. But yeah, but until that happens, until something that even has a semblance of that occurs, I don't really think that I'll be hopping into the market anytime soon. If that does occur, I wouldn't expect for that to happen until earliest, probably like I don't want to say midday, maybe around about like 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Um, but at that point, it's Friday, so it would just be a position that I would get into and then just hold it. But that would be best case scenario, is all of that taking place. If that doesn't happen, then it's one of those situations where we're just going to have to keep waiting, sit on our hands and just wait and see what's going to happen. Um, yeah, that is about it. Oh, let me just look on the daily chart. So, if you were watching my previous video, I did have a trend line built in here. I, excuse me, I did remove it just because, well, not just because, but I did remove it because of two different things. One, it was kind of irrelevant. That's a good reason to remove a trend line. Two, right here, we're actually seeing that, oh, sorry, that was my phone. Right here, we're actually seeing that the two WMAs are showing that it might turn into a bullish move. Um, I'm watching it very closely, just because if that does happen, then that means that all of our bearish moves are going to have a lot more weight to them. Price action on the MACD, or sorry, price levels on the MACD between the signal line, it's trending down. So for that reason, I am still optimistic that we would get a bearish move. However, considering how what's the word? How unpredictable, I guess we could say, the 1 hour charts are looking, it might be time for a nice bearish, or sorry, nice bullish push. In that instance, we would wait and see for the two WMAs on the daily chart to cross, and as long as we get that, then we're back in business. Because as you see, when I scroll out, this is the data going back to pretty much 2010. And with the little blips that we get, we always, or have always, should I say, pulled back. This is probably like one of the longest downward trends that we've had in a very long time, probably like back since 2008. My dad doesn't go back that far, but yeah, so if we are able to get a crossover, then I would believe that that would strongly signal that it would be time to just literally just hop into a position and leave it. That's not the trading. That's not the trading format for a lot of people. However, it would definitely make you a lot of money, even if you just want to scale up throughout the next couple of years, if you were to get into that sort of position. That's very long term. On the short term, getting back to it, we just want to make sure that we watch the price action. Look for something that has some sort of stability. Look for the MACD to start to pull up a little bit. Look for price action to pull up around the 4100 level and kind of solidify around there. If we don't see those things, don't worry too much so about it, because we are still looking on the longer term to our at the 24-hour or daily chart. And that's pretty much where we stand for right now. So thank you very much.